We are doing popcorn and a movie. This is just my version of this movie, Jurassic Park Island. So it was a title that I never heard of, and I never followed much of the Jurassic after Part 3. Even I never watched Part 3. I don't think I even watched Part 3. So it's not like a story you have to follow. I don't think it is a story you have to follow in sequence. You can just watch whichever one you want. And I just recently looked at them up, and there was quite a few, so I decided to come back into the Jurassic Park world and started watching some of them. So I picked up a newer one not too long ago. Then I just was kind of curious to see if there were any more, and about 10 of them came up. So all different titles. This one's Jurassic Park Island. So we're not in my second room, we're in my main room, and I don't have the couch on me, but okay, here you can probably see some posters behind me, and we're talking about Jurassic Park, and there are about 10 maybe more different versions of Jurassic Park after Part 3. I don't even really remember Part 1. Part 2 I vaguely remember. Something I would have to rewatch. Part 2 and then probably watch Part 3 at some point. I don't think I even watched Part 3, but we're talking about Jurassic Park Island. And the first group that went to the island, the second group got word that they didn't come back, so they kind of put their own group together. The kids of the older group, the mom and dad that went first time, and you don't really see much, just vaguely they put together a group, they want to go and all that. So who is related to who, I don't really know in the beginning. You sort of get an idea near the end which one was related to who. But about 4 or 5 of them got together, of the kids, and they were looking for the older first group, and they took a big boat, a really big old boat, wooden boat. When they got to the island, there was no sign of the first boat from the first group, so I guess they were kind of looking out for where the boat was, but they found like bits and pieces of the boat. So I don't know if the dinosaurs ruined the boat, because that never happened in the movie. But they never found anything else of the boat, except for like a little sign of the boat when they landed on the island. And they found the little tent, and for a long time, just them walking around, you finally got to see one small dinosaur. Um, then you finally got to see them walking around for a long time. Then they started shaking. They started hemorrhaging or shaking. Their eyes started turning dark. And nothing really, you just see the one dinosaur briefly. It's not like you go see, wow, it's a land of dinosaurs. There was the one dinosaur they walking around the park mountain, and it was leeches, basically leeches. That ate them and turned them into like a zombie, and they started shaking and turning into kind of like a demon, black eyes and stuff like that. And later on, a couple of them died from the leeches, and one of the ladies turned into a killer, and she killed them because they turned into like a zombie creature. But then they kept walking around, less of the group. They found the tent and all that, little tent where the old people stayed. The notebooks and all that, they picked up notebooks. At one point, a couple of them died from the leeches, and it was most of the movie was about the leeches eating them, and then they started turning. Then you finally see the first sign of the old people. You see the old lady. She was kind of out of it, but she still looked like herself. But then they started walking around again, and the old lady was with them. Then you finally see another dinosaur later on in the film, kind of the bird animals, where they swoop down and they attack one of the earlier person from the newer group. They swoop down. That was the kind of cool scene. The bird is swooping down. Well, it was mostly about them walking around, um, and the leeches biting their necks or whatever, and then they had to kill them. So a couple of them died that way. And near the end, they see the old guy from the other group. He's just like kind of standing there, and kind of cool scene as well. Because you don't know what's happening, but you know he's not himself. He's just standing there. The camera's behind him. So the guy approaches him, and he's already changed into that creature with the black eyes. And he got into a fight, fights the other guy's arm, and it was down to two of them at that point from the new group. So the old group, the old couple that was there, um, again, they killed her, and they tried to kill the old guy as well. Stabbed him like a Swiss knife or something a couple times. But he managed to bite the guy in the arm, and they were trying to get back to the boat. So I think they took the notes and all that with them. At some point it looked like they were tearing the notes out. And the guy was already bitten, so he's going to turn at some point. So he distracted the dinosaur. Dinosaur was at the beach watching, actually looking at the boat. Then the guy distracted the dinosaur near the end and started running around. The dinosaur caught up to him on the hill, and that's when she ran to the boat. You don't see her swimming, you just see her running a little bit, then the camera goes to the guy with the dinosaur up on this final scene. Finally, the final scene where the dinosaur, woof, chomps on the guy. So he didn't get a chance to turn because he saved the girl so she could run into the boat. And then she was in the boat, and you see the dinosaur shoo, jumping on the guy. It's like a big scene. The dinosaur kind of shaking, and near the end, like he's all king dinosaur, big dinosaur. He's like growling near the end, moving up and down, a little bit side to side, moving up and down, growling. You see, he killed this guy on the hill, but she got away into the boat. You don't see them sailing away. You just see her back in her house, and that's how that ended. So, thumbs up, thumbs down. You know how we do it. This is my kind of take on Seaskil and ebirt. Although I'm not on the couch, we're in my room today. I might put a different couch in that small room. We'll see if I can find another small couch. I should have kept that couch because it's kind of nice, but I don't need a couch in there. And I can do these anywhere. So I'm doing it in the room today, although I'm not sitting on the couch. But we're doing popcorn and a movie. That's what I call these movie reviews. Kind of my take on Seaskil and ebirt. Back in the day, thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. Jurassic Park Island. It's a fun watch, but most of it was them walking around. You just see one dinosaur throughout the whole film. Then near the end, you see those pterodactyl things come down. Most of it was about the leeches, not much about the dinosaurs. So, but there are a lot of other versions of the Jurassic Park. So I had to at least come back in to start to watch some of them, or start to even come back and watch the first one, second one, and third one. But I don't think there's no storyline to them. You can just watch from wherever I feel watch wherever one looked good. Jurassic Park Island looked the best one, so I watched that one first. And there's at least 10 different Jurassic Park movies now. So after those first initial 3 were made, they made at least 10 or more. So I'll probably do another one like this when I get around to watching Jurassic Park again. Jurassic Park Island, thumbs down. If you can find it for $2, it's worth picking up. But $20, $30, buying it brand new, it's not worth it. Because it's not about the dinosaurs. There was basically one dinosaur in the movie, and the younger group went looking for the older group. In the beginning, they found the notes from the old group, how to get to the island, and they got together and went. And just them walking around and turning into zombies. And it was about leeches, and should have been about the dinosaurs, not about little leeches. And fortunately, in this movie, I'm not going to give it a thumbs up. I'm going to give it a thumbs down. So if you could watch it once, then that's it. It's not something I probably rewatch, because there's a lot more other Jurassic Park movies to watch. So there might be other better ones, but this title seems to be the best one. So I went for Jurassic Park Island first, because I stopped following Jurassic Park after the second one. I think the second or third one I never even really watched. So at some point I need to come back and watch the third one, but I don't really need to, because it's dinosaurs, and you know half the group that goes there is just going to die off anyway. So storyline was okay, but it was about leeches and all that. So creatures. Fun to watch at least once, but I cannot give it a thumbs up because the main thing was about those leeches. So it wasn't about the dinosaurs. Well, anyway, we had popcorn. Thanks for watching. That's what I call this. We're in the main room.